Welcome, everybody. If anybody's watching, to Breaking Red.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
Hello. Cheers.
I'm just an admiration of that belch. It's beautiful.
So I got a Soda Stream for Christmas, and it's the best invention maybe man has ever created.
You just drinking carbonated water?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
It's well, I mean, there's flavor in it. It's lime. You know, it's good. Don't knock it till you try.
I don't like flavored water. just give me a soda.
Are you guys hearing little girls talking right now?
Yeah,
I
there's
do
two
hear little girls talking.
Yeah, I'm talking to three of them.
Oh,
Dang.
you guys need to talk quieter.
Starting off strong tonight.
coming right in. I like it. That's what you want.
He already attempted to like make Cal cry. In the first 10 seconds, I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
So
I did. I cried momentarily when I covered my eyes.
Yeah.
Cal doesn't cry.
It was very manly. He sucked it back in like that. What's that? That gif I see. He's like.
Oh man! So I was talking about how I'm not doing anything on social media pretty much right now, and I realized that I haven't tweeted out that we're doing anything right now.
I did. I got us covered tonight.
You did it. Oh well, thank you.
I think you liked it and retweeted it, didn't you?
I did. I totally did. I did like it.
So you're a liar.
But I'm gonna do it again. Listen, we're not here to talk about me and what my problems are.
A worship pastor.
Yeah, don't lie in front of Cal, please.
Oh man, I'm gonna make Cal cry myself.
See the tears coming back out. It's coming out the other eye now.
All right, hold on. I'm tweeting it out.
I may have committed us to something. I tried to get our numbers up.
Oh no! Oh yeah, I did see that actually. So Mutt, we're gonna need you to take that. We're gonna need you to take that hoodie off.
He's already moist.
Get some. Yeah, you need to take that hoodie off. Do you have any Crisco or olive oil or anything like that in the house?
No, only for cooking.
It's fine. It's moisturizing for your skin.
Yeah, it's good for you. Those.
So what's going on in your life? Tell us.
Well,
how's the new digs?
New digs are good. Everybody's happy. We're doing a lot of fun things in the new area, so we're discovering lots of fun family things to do. So it's all good like that. The last week I have been actually not on any social media at all.
Yeah.
So I have been detoxing from that. It's really interesting how much I like social media and how much I didn't realize I like social media.
I know how much you like social media.
I mean, I like getting mad at stuff as much as the next guy.
Yeah, that's what I like doing too. I like retweeting mad tweets, but I haven't done that in a long time, and I've actually chilled out quite a bit. I'm drinking tea tonight. That's how chilled out I am.
That's that hot cocoa with the Lucky Charms marshmallows in it.
We actually have a huge bag of nothing but the Lucky Charms marshmallows.
How do you even get that?
I don't know. My wife found it. I don't know how she found it, but
she has a guy. She has a guy.
Just picks 2 boxes of cereal for the.
You got to pay extra for that stuff.
Oh yeah, it's the good stuff.
So what's your favorite thing about where you live? Tell me I
live in Tennessee.
For your exploring, have you found a new favorite thing to do or favorite place to go?
No, nothing like that. It's very well. Let me change that. There's a really cool dog park and walking area that's it connects the entire area here. So we have a really nice greenway. So that's fun for bikes and whatnot.
You don't bring your dog though. He doesn't get to go.
Yeah, well, he got to go yesterday because he turned 1. Miles turned 1 year.
Where is he? Where's the big boy?
He was here. He left me. No, he's over here. He's asleep.
I was hoping you were gonna pull him out of your hood.
He's right here.
What a puppy.
He weighed in at 84 pounds the last time we
went.
Holy man. He was
big.
Tiny last time you had him on the.
Yeah, I held him up for the camera, but then he's an 84 pounds. Yeah.
Wow.
He's like a leopard or a panther.
Are you sure you bought a dog?
Panthers weigh that much?
Yeah, he's a really friendly and happy dog, but he eats quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
He's a big boy. That's what those Lucky Charms marshmallows are for.
That's right.
Puppy.
That's right.
He's a good boy.
Miles, come here.
My dirty dog's still back here too.
We
We also still have King. Come here. Hey,
He's like angry at him.
King, come here. Come here.
Stupid
Come here.
dog.
Come here, knucklehead. Come here.
Miles ain't listening to nobody. Right now.
Oh, he's a puppy.
Hey, we got Mighty Geek Studios in the
I
chat.
have Mighty Geeks in here.
I don't know which is whiter, that pasty leg or that dog. But,
Put some pants on, dude. It's wintertime, man. Come on.
What are you doing, big floppy thing? Watch this.
Look at that.
I'm a killer.
He's really tired. So my wife, since she works at night and she works down here, she says that like he liked it at first because she was down here and she'd pet him and he'd come over and sleep by her and everything. And now he's getting tired of it because he'll go over and lay on the other side of the couch away from her where it's darker, and she'll be working. And so sometimes she'll have to answer phones and stuff, and she'll answer the phone. She'll hear him go. Like he'll look at her and he'll just give her the cutting the side eye or whatever, and
he's
he's snarky and he gets tired of her crap, so he's tired right now. All right, you can go to sleep. Go to sleep.
You. He's like, why'd you call me over?
Just for your sheer entertainment value.
Play with my jowls. I don't let my dog in the room because he annoys me.
Yeah, you have a boxer, right?
Yeah, he's a pain in the butt.
Oh man, I love boxers so much. I wanted one for so long.
I did too, and then we got.
And then you got one.
Kind of miss our schnauzer growing up now.
Yeah. Man,
I want to know what pop culture references we've got on Cal today. There's two questions I always have about Cal. I want to see Cal.
All right, hold on.
What pop culture references are we rocking?
What are we looking at?
What are you going to have for dinner?
Oh, that's not a very.
Oh no, you have
okay.
you have to guess what he had for dinner.
Friday the 13th, right there,
and then
right?
the shirt
and the Better Call Saul.
Keep it on theme with the what do we call these? Is this a podcast? Is that what you kids listen to? Podcasts.
And I had Deadpool socks on earlier, but I took those off, so they don't count. I don't know why.
Do you guys get geek boxes? Do any of you subscribe to it?
I used to get the Loot Crate.
Yeah, I used to get Loot Crate too.
I have Groot socks somewhere. I never wore them.
The best thing I got from my Loot Crate, the thing that I still use to this day, is I got a Infinity Gauntlet oven mitt.
Oh yeah, me too.
And it's amazing, and I feel like I have the power of the Infinity Gems when I reach in and I can grab a hot pan. It doesn't burn me.
Okay, so
incredible.
I hate to be the one to do this to you because that was your favorite thing. Those are recalled because they are flammable.
Oh really?
Yeah, I still use mine. I
haven't caught fire yet. It's fine.
I just don't use it when barbecuing. It's fine if you're getting something out of the oven. I think it's just that if you put it near flame, it's gonna. Yeah.
Wow! Be careful, Matcha.
I'll figure so. If I have to burn my hand down to use that, I'm gonna go with it.
He looks like Hulk after he used it in Endgame. His hands all
yeah, right. It's all shit. So I decided I'm going to watch all the Marvel movies in chronological order, just to try to do it because.
Well, are you gonna? I mean, that's a big universe. You've got Netflix shows. You've got
Well, I'm doing just movies. Just doing movies. I'm not going to do everything.
Go big or go home.
Well,
you got Cloak and Dagger. You got The Runaways.
New Mutants.
Yeah.
Did that ever come out? Is that out?
We saw it in theaters.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me?
Yeah, New Mutants.
Yeah.
Was it good?
No, it was terrible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What's wrong?
I wanted to go to the movies because I haven't.
Oh, when did you go? When did you see them?
I went on my birthday last year. Worst birthday ever. Worst birthday ever. We went to the theater then. It was my I wanted to see there was something else playing, but it wasn't available because they're really limited on the movies they'll show you. And so it was new. I think I wanted to see Tenet, but all that was out was New Mutants. Mutants.
So was it like, other than the fact that they cast people as characters with their code names, was it anything like the New Mutants?
No. They tried doing like a horror thing, but it's like they didn't have the cojones to go all the way with it, so they made it like a teen dramedy.
Yeah.
It was, sprinkling a little rainbow romance, and it was
weird.
What do you mean?
Elaborate.
Yeah.
Well, on that subject, I got a funny thing that happened tonight. Just this evening. So we were watching Remember the Titans. Have you guys ever seen that movie?
I love that movie.
Yep.
It's a good one. And I remembered it fondly too. So we're watching it with the kids, younger kids. And there's that scene where Sunshine reaches over and gives, is it Jerry, I think, a big kiss right on the mouth.
I haven't watched this movie in so long.
Did you remember that? Because I didn't remember that.
I don't remember that.
Are you sure it was Remember the Titans you watched?
Yes. Positive.
Are you sure that's what you watched?
I did. It's in there. You go back and watch it. It probably didn't offend you the first time around because it's you. But they
I was like, right on.
They did that. And I was kind of like, oh, hey, well, so kids, if
was it meant in a joking manner though? Was it portrayed as like, you silly rascals in the locker room?
Yeah, that's what's interesting about it is how the movie tried to like say, here you go, and then let's slide it over here and not talk about it anymore. So they kind of they associate this character with he's from California, and they keep saying that he's from California, like California. But to me, like that has lots of problems with it, so this was Disney Corporation they had the producers figuring out how to go about this, and that's what they came up with. It's a really interesting thing if you go back and watch it now.
When does that movie take place? That's not modern day.
1971, I think.
That was Republican California years, wasn't it?
The championship game was actually played. The game was played at Victory Stadium.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah. That's not there anymore. Victory Stadium's no longer there.
That's right. So you can go back and watch that just for your own enjoyment and memories, and see if you remembered all the things that they slipped in on us as kids.
I might have to watch that with my kids, or at least Izzy.
Yeah. When you get to the locker room scene, just fast forward.
Okay.
Slow-mo. Watch it on my VHS. It's my VHS tape of it.
Have you guys ever shared a movie with your kids that you remembered fondly and it turned out really bad?
Yes. Let me tell you. My wife got up and was
Brokeback Mountain. I did not think.
No. My wife got up and was like, you should probably watch this again before you let her finish this. So, one of the most beloved movies, almost a perfect movie in my opinion, is the original Back to the Future, right?
Yeah.
So good. There is so much inappropriateness in Back to the Future. So much. And I was watching it and, kissing and Michael J. Fox making out with his mom and stuff like that. And I'm like,
that's weird.
I'm like sitting there and I was like,
go have a romantic weekend getaway with his high school girlfriend.
Yeah. And Izzy's she's sitting there watching it, and I'm like, I feel so awkward, sitting there right beside her.
We watched Wonder Woman with the boys. They're quite young. I was just thinking dumb superhero movie because I saw it whenever it came out. I didn't think much of it. And I was like, oh man, I had to make them close their eyes every 5 minutes because little 6-year-olds, and it was a little intense for little kids.
Oh yeah.
I've actually never seen the first one. Like not because I didn't want to. I just
You watched the second one, but not the first one.
no, I didn't see. Well, I didn't see either one of them.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying like the first one, I would have watched that, I guess, but I've never seen it. I hear it's great.
It is. It's very good. It's a good movie. It's just there's some gruesome parts in it that I just forgot about or just didn't think of because my kids watch like Despicable Me. They don't watch like real movies.
Oh yeah, man.
So I was like, yeah, we're gonna show them a real movie. I was like, oh no, this is a horrible idea.
Yeah, we watched Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one and the second one recently, and those are good movies. Those are good family movies, and there's some intense stuff in there too.
I like the two pirates that are like they're kind of bumbling, and one of them like is missing an eye.
Takes his eyeball out.
Yeah, I like that guy.
I try showing my kids movies that I liked growing up, and they just get bored. Like I tried showing them Short Circuit, Flight of the Navigator. And they have no interest.
Those are two great ones. Flight of the Navigator.
Monsters. These are the best movies ever.
Little Monsters, yes. Fred Savage, so good.
90s kids.
Oh man, so good.
How about The Last Starfighter? Have you guys ever seen that?
Oh yeah, Last Starfighter.
I remember almost nothing about it, but
I just remember the beginning mostly, where he's like playing at in that trailer park.
He's in the trailer park and he's playing and then like it's all training.
Yeah.
Because like he becomes the Last Starfighter because he's so good at the video game.
At the video game, yeah.
Yeah. He gets visited by an alien in a limo, like a limo spaceship.
Yeah.
And takes him like to the Star Core or whatever they call it.
I love the way creative minds worked in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yes.
You just don't get that kind of nonsense now. I love it,
man. It's so much better back then, man.
Mm-hmm. I just finished reading. So do you remember Ready Player One? So he like Ernest.
I got
Cline,
that for free in a Loot Crate, the book.
Ready Player One. So I read it and I liked it. Some people didn't like it at all because it was very heavy, like nostalgia. And if you weren't from that era, you're really probably not going to appreciate it very much. But I read it and it was all like it was great. Like I loved it. Well, Ready Player Two just came out and I read that, and while it was good, it fell real heavy into including everybody in very specific ways that I won't get into because I'll get flagged and shut down. But
stand up for
Dan,
freedom of speech.
you don't like to include everybody, Dan?
That's not what I'm saying. It was the manner in which it described how it included everybody and the ways that they were included.
Oh,
that's all I'm going to say. Anyway, but what it did that I did like.
Oh, it was Ready Player 2.
It was a 2-player. It went through like basically at one point they're on John Hughes's planet, like who did like Pretty in Pink and Ferris Bueller's Day Off and just all these fantastic 80s movies. Shoot, what's the one I was just thinking of? It's like Weird Science, one of my favorites.
That's a good one.
And so they're on this planet, and that was like the biggest nostalgia like flashback for me. It was really cool. So if you like that, if you like all those John Hughes movies, I recommend that.
How old were you when you first saw Weird Science?
I honestly don't know, but obviously it enlightened me as a young man.
See, I didn't know about the movie growing up. I knew the TV show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the movie, I never watched the TV show. The movie is what I saw. I want to say it was probably something that somebody in the family had on VHS or something like that, and I found it in like a big, tub of VHS tapes. There's probably one not meant for me, but I watched it.
Well, when the guys had the brawls on their head, did you get a clue that you were about to?
Yep. Hold on one second.
Just told you to shut up, Mutt.
He gave me the.
Yeah, you got the dad finger. That was the. Oh, someone's getting scolded right now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I know the dad face.
Matcha's getting scolded right now.
Oh, this is great.
Oh, this is good. This is how you father right here.
Yeah,
he's smiling the whole time. Look at that, not losing his cool. going to get serious.
Get out of here, dog. I'm trying to be disciplinarian.
Yeah. Now look, here, I'll do Macho's voice. Okay.
All right, go for it.
All right. When I said that you had to go to bed right now, that's what I meant. I said go to bed. I mean go to bed. I'm daddy.
It's even funnier if you picture him talking to his wife right now.
That was some A+ fathering right there.
Yeah, that was
My,
good.
so she can probably hear me still. So that was the older one, and coming down to hold on.
Num, 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 num,
Okay,
num.
almost every night.
Coco.
Almost every night, I will tell my kids goodnight and say, "There's probably nothing you need to ask me." Okay, if you think that there's something that you need to ask me, you probably don't. Like if you think to yourself that it's something that you need to get out of bed and wake me up for, probably it's a bad idea, and just put that out of your mind and get back to sleep. Well, usually about 10 o'clock. What time is it now? 9:24. Yeah, okay. So a little early tonight. One of them will get out of bed and ask me a question that has nothing to do like anything important. It'll be like, can I get a cup of water? Yes, you can absolutely get a cup of water. Is that something that you thought was important enough to come ask me? And they're like, oh yeah, sorry. So like every night it's something different, one of these things. And just now, my older daughter walked all the way down, got out of her room, walked all the way downstairs, 2 flights to the basement where I am, to ask me if the little one could get in bed and sleep with her. And I was like,
Sure.
yes.
You gave a really long-winded answer for yes.
I literally said earlier, before I came down here, I'm going to be on a live stream. If you have a question and you think that it is something that you can answer yourself, it's fine. Just do it.
Plot twist. What if the answer was no?
I mean, that's a good question, but in this case, it wasn't. Anyway,
I was going to tell you guys that Macho is the sweetest daddy you've ever seen in your life.
There was nothing sweet about what I saw. He was
I know.
really abusive.
That's the meanest you'll ever see him right there.
Condescending. I saw him do this at one point.
Well,
like, I'm going to beat you when I'm off my stream.
Yeah.
You
Real
go
hard.
ahead. You know where my belts are kept. You pick the one that you want.
You start beating yourself, and I'll be up shortly to finish the job. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I.
I would
saw.
never do that. I would never do. Look, we lost a viewer. That's probably that's your fault, Mark.
It was your daughter watching the stream.
Yeah, probably.
Oh my gosh.
It was probably Trusty because he's a really nice guy too.
Yeah, I know. Trusty's too nice. And we have Ichthy here too. He
just say I'm 60.
He did say you're 60.
Oh dang!
I'd like to say I went to a grown-up store tonight, the liquor store. I feel like I need to clarify because once I said that, it sounded
you did.
I went to a daddy
Thanks for
store.
letting us know.
I didn't get. I got carded.
Hey.
Were you wearing?
I was wearing a mask, so it hid the gray. But
oh yeah, that makes sense because there's quite a bit of years on there.
Yeah, it's not that many years.
Wait, did it make you feel good? That's all that matters. Did it make?
Well,
you feel good?
it was uncomfortable. I was like, sure.
Stop it.
Oh, you.
Gosh.
I bet you say this to all the dads.
I turned all red. The mask turned red. It was all red.
Well, write it in your journal, man, because that ain't going to happen much longer.
Dear diary. Today,
Dear diary.
Dear diary.
Oh my gosh. It happened.
You'll never believe what happened.
They asked for it.
Every time I got carded.
Meanwhile, you got Cal who couldn't hide that beard under a mask if it was one of those.
Well, his is part mask. He just flips it up.
Yeah. That's what it looks like when I wear a mask. You see the bottom. I get in arguments with people over masks, so.
Oh, you're that guy?
Are you an
that
anti-mask?
guy. Oh my gosh. Like at Costco the other day, the second manager who came up to me, because the first guy is like, you have to wear a mask. I'm like, okay. And then he walks away and I take it off. And then I'm walking around, and another guy comes up, and I'm like, so this virus is so deadly that you're not afraid to get within 2 feet of my face to tell me to put a mask on? He's like, well, you're welcome to leave if you want. I'm like, no, answer the question. I didn't do that, but
Wow.
seriously, like, come on. I tweeted that the other day, and that's what spurred that, because I'm like Costco, stop being freaking mask Nazi. I'm like about to cancel my membership, but the rum I get is so cheap. I get this rum there. It's $14 for a handle. It's like, that's a really good deal. And their water is a good deal. I know I have no integrity. I'm like, I hate Costco, but I'm going to keep going there because
we just we keep it like I keep it pretty. It's like a jaw for me. We usually wear it.
Yeah, my son wears it. He works at Kohl's and he wears it like this. And then like other employees will be like, hey, I noticed you haven't been like spraying your counter. And he's like, no, I never do that. I'm like, well, they watch us on camera. He's like, I don't care. Like, yeah, boy. No, my wife is super non-confrontational about it, but I'm like, I go places like waiting for somebody to say something, and that almost never happens, unfortunately.
I feel like you walk in and like you're wearing it and you take it off in front of the managers, like.
Yeah. Well, they'll be like, they'll ask me, do you have a mask? And I'll be like, yeah. Like, can you wear it? Like, no. I'm so freaking sick of it.
Out on the town with Cal one time. I would like to do that just so I could like just cause a ruckus with him and try to get him into trouble. That'd be so.
You'd be like this the whole time. My son.
I wish you'd be like, just put your mask on. Stop. Just
no. I would go around the corner where you couldn't see me. I'd be like, excuse me, there's a guy. And
but you're not wearing your mask either. You're like, this guy's not wearing his mask.
Yeah.
This guy took my mask from me, and he said the mask is stupid. Could you please go confront him?
He says I can't have it back.
Oh, that would be fun. You should take a trip out, man. That would be a great tag team.
That'd be a YouTube series. You guys could do that on YouTube. I bet people would watch the heck out of that.
We'll call it Confrontations with Cal.
No, but I'm getting sick. I'm getting sick of it. I'm like the novelty is worn off of pissing people off, and now I'm just like, I don't even want to go anywhere because I know there's going to be people that are frustrated and they want to say something to me and they're not, and it's like, come on, just say something, but they don't. I'm
just waiting to see Cal on an Instagram video or a TikTok video or something of getting in a fight.
The idea of him walking in without a mask and be like, say something.
They probably
say something.
Oh, yeah, that dog.
There's a puppy.
He gets freaked out when I come in this room.
Don't
I want to start a website that's pictures of people walking or riding their bike all alone with a mask on.
Oh, that drives me crazy, man.
I'm like, you are the problem. Take your freaking. There's no COVID out here. It's open air.
Oh, you can't say the C word.
Oh,
Poor Dan's gonna lose his
shit.
The
dog said it.
They'll say it.
Well, if they came up to you though, like if they came up to you and were giving you a hard time, I would just start like heavy breathing, right? Like
yeah.
My next for different reasons.
My next move is to cough right on somebody. Because, we went to Chipotle the other day and my son didn't tell me. I didn't hear. We walked in and like we pressured my wife into not wearing a mask too. So we walk in and there's I guess there was like a couple sitting by the front door, not wearing a mask because they're eating. But you can sit there for 45 minutes if you want with no mask on. You just can't. Yeah. You can't walk in without a mask for like 5 minutes when you order. And so we walk in and as we're leaving, my son's like, yeah, there was 2 people saying, put a mask on. When we walked in, I'm like, why didn't you tell me? That's the perfect moment. He's like, that's why I didn't tell you, because I would have just because that my move that day was to turn on look at somebody and cough right on them if they asked me to wear a mask.
You should just be like, it's okay. I'm a pastor.
Yeah.
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
It's all right. I'm covered.
I saw a video and this guy was walking up behind people standing in lines at stores or whatever, and he had a little spray bottle and he'd go and he'd spray it when he would sneeze, and people you would be surprised the people that would turn around swinging, like trying to hit him. Just
oh my gosh,
it was amazing. It's so good.
Okay, go.
That was like one of the best pranks I've ever seen.
That's awesome.
Let me tell you.
Try that.
I shouldn't tell this, but let me tell you some pranks that we used to do.
Oh
Okay,
gosh.
me and my crew. Okay, my buddies. So we could do the hand farts real good, you know. Can you guys do the hand fart? Can you do it? Yeah.
I can't do it.
Oh, that's good.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Get those high ones.
That's the female. That's the female side.
This is great TV.
Listen.
Oh man, 2 people are watching this.
So we used to walk in stores. We'd be in stores and we'd walk up behind people and just go.
That's a good one. Oh my gosh.
And then just walk and then look at them like, ugh, you know, because you can reach way out here and do it. And we would stand in elevators and, you know.
Oh man,
that's awesome.
That's pretty good. Yeah,
we like the highbrow humor.
This is I mean, you live in the perfect time now to whenever you're with a kid to do that in public and be like, ugh. Jake.
My kids love it.
Well, then my kids will actually do it if I get them going with that.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Annie does it for fun. She'll blow them out. One thing she started doing is if she sees people like she doesn't wear one like a mask in public. She's young, but when she sees people with the like your nose hanging out, she saw the meme of like pull your pants up, your wiener's hanging out or whatever. Because she'll be like, your wiener's hanging out, and I'm like, stop, shut up.
Oh, that's funny. Oh my gosh.
No.
Don't ever let a kid know something you don't want them to say.
Yeah.
How many people look when she says that?
She yells it at people. It's like she'll yell it at people.
No, I mean, do they check when she yells it? I would check. I'd be like,
yeah, right. No, a lot of times they'll just pull, like they're like, oh, like, and they'll pull their mask up or whatever. But nothing like being shamed by a child. But Mutt knows this kid. She's out of control. That one's the one that's dangerous.
She's the best. It's great. So let me take a minute just to go through the chat and just say thank you for coming to watch this nonsense because this is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
So we really appreciate you because if you're suffering through this, you must be a good person. Mighty Geek Studios, thank you for being here thank you for all your commentary.
Great guy.
I hope you're doing good.
Yep.
Ichthys, of course, is the man. We appreciate you being here. And he says
he was on with us last week.
Yeah, and he says he's going to be well behaved this time. So I appreciate it. We have Trusty Sidekick, of course, and he is the man, where everybody knows it. Let's see. We've got Dave Asanowitz, one of my faves. Dave's got a show called Back Issue Binge, and he basically just opens up a bunch of old, cool comic books and reads them and does voices and everything. It's great.
Oh, that's cool.
And he's got a nice play on words down there. He says, mask, not seize.
Yes.
When they don't see your mask, they go nuts. That's a good play on words.
That's true.
Yeah. All right, you guys can proceed. I had asked earlier if you guys had ever had an uncomfortable situation where you're watching with your kids. Have you ever had an uncomfortable situation where you're watching with your parents?
Oh, every movie we bought growing up. My mom had the uncanny ability to turn any movie you're watching or any TV show into just an R-rated affair. Like you'd be watching Sesame Street, she'd walk in and Elmo would just start cursing.
I'm trying to think if I remember anything specifically. I went and saw a movie with my dad at the last winter. It was like Ford versus Ferrari, and there was like a romantic scene. There wasn't very long or anything, but it doesn't matter how old I am. It feels awkward when you're watching something like that with your dad. It's
true.
The History of Violence. My brother watched with my parents.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
It was just him and my dad. I guess they were just hanging out in a hotel. My dad was visiting them down in Texas, and they're just in a hotel together. And there's a scene where she's in the cheerleader outfit, and they just start doing things on the stairs, and they're just sitting there with their Taco Bell in the hotel room.
You know, I've been experiencing the other side of that with my son being 21, because he's a grown up, like he's a full grown, like official grown up.
Wow.
And so we're, my wife and I will be like, hey, you should watch this show. You haven't seen it. You weren't allowed to watch it when it was on or whatever, or movie or whatever it is. And
he's like, I've been watching that for years.
We've been no, he hasn't. He is like solid, like very, very like strong ethics, and so yeah, it'll be. I mean, and he's played like GTA and stuff, so he's seen and heard stuff. But like it's still weird sitting there watching something with him and thinking, am I the first person to show him this thing?
You should make it worse and act like you're really into it while you're watching it with him. Like, oh wow. Nice.
No, it's not that bad. It's just
you're like, who am I? Like, huh?
I can't think of an example.
Oh
my god.
Anyway, that.
Hey, go get your mother. Go get your mother. You're gonna rewind it.
She loves this part. She loves it.
Hey, sweetie. It's that scene we like.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that took a turn. No, it's weird. It's even weirder on the other side for me. It's very strange.
Do you guys remember that movie called Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I love that movie.
Vaguely.
Not the fat suit one?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I do remember that one.
I swear.
Yeah. It's actually funny. I ended up in the movie theater with my in-laws.
Oh, my gosh.
Watching that movie. And, my father-in-law's a very nice guy, but he didn't appreciate the humor in that. And especially when one of the female lead walked out with nothing on but just some whipped cream, spray painted all over. He was like, "All right, I'll see you guys in the parking lot."
How did that even happen? Because I know Mutt's in-laws.
It just happened because it was such a cute promo. That's what happens. They give you the cute
was the
promo.
whole family there?
Oh, everybody. It was a holiday movie.
Oh my gosh.
Were you like, where are you going? It's getting good.
Now, I have a feeling I know who talked everyone into going to see that, but
no, it wasn't. It was just like, it looked like a cute movie. It ended up being a far side of PG-13.
Far side.
That's pretty funny. That is, yeah. I'm trying to think. Like, watching Back to the Future with Izzy was a little bit awkward. That was probably the worst. I just don't remember anything with my parents.
Ace Ventura with my parents was really uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, that's probably pretty bad.
Because you wouldn't think it, because it's like, oh, he does he talks through his butt and he does silly things, but then you're watching it and it's like, oh, this is the big finale was very uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
My favorite joke in that movie is when he's on the plane and the stewardess with the lisp asked him if he wanted any peanuts. That's the best. That is the best one.
I like the second movie, and he's with the tribe. Is it the second or the third? I don't remember. And he's with like this tribe of
that's the second.
And they keep calling him the White Devil. He's like, what are they saying? What are they saying? Oh god, it's so funny.
I just realized that the kid tribesman in that movie is the guy in Black Panther.
Really?
What's his name? Chadwick.
No. The guy who's the rhino.
The big dude?
Oh, the
rhino tribe guy.
The really big guy? That one?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not the big one. He's the guy who's like in a relationship with the one of the.
Oh yeah. With the shaven head.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh.
Yeah, he's like a little skinny tribesman kid in that movie.
Oh
wow!
Speaking of rhinos, that is probably the funniest scene in movie history.
Oh yeah, being birthed.
that rhino scene.
Oh yeah.
That's the only scene in movie history I think about and just makes me laugh at any moment that I think of it.
Yeah, and what happened, man? What happened to humor like that? Like, I mean, it's like humor just fell off the edge of the earth.
a few years ago, several years ago, an episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh man,
they enacted that where Frank got Danny DeVito.
Yeah,
he has somebody sew him into a couch at like a business meeting to see what they're saying about him.
Yeah,
but he's naked, and at one point he it's too hot, and he the couch gives birth to Frank.
That's so funny.
To naked oily Danny DeVito.
Which is violent enough as it is without the imagery of birth.
Oh my gosh, that episode! I mean, Always Sunny is really funny. It's pretty raunchy, but man,
it's pretty raunchy, but there's some funny episodes.
It's holding on to humor without the PC. In the last couple seasons, a little bit of that the wokeness has been creeping in, but it's maintained.
That's not still on, is it? Is that show still on?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, last I checked, it was. They said they were going to keep going until they said they'd keep making them until the network told them not to anymore. But the thing is, the last couple seasons, they've kind of been betraying their fan base a little bit because people watch that show because the show doesn't take sides.
Yeah.
You know, and there's the second episode is about abortion, and in a comedic way they make arguments for both sides. You know, and then there's a gun control episode, and again they make arguments for both sides, but in their comedic way. There's an episode where Mac, he's the Christian who ends up being gay, even though if you watch the earlier seasons, he's definitely not gay, because he's all by. There's one episode where he's all by himself, no one's around. He's got a Playboy, you know. You don't do that, you know. If you know, there's. You could say oh, he's doing that stuff to make people think he's straight, but he's all by himself, and that's the joke is that he's all by himself. But anyway, there's an episode where he makes an argument for creation versus evolution, and everyone's ridiculing him at first, and then he starts making decent points, and people are starting to jump over to his side, and Dennis is I can't believe you guys are buying this, but that's the thing. That show is you know, it's kind of like South Park, you know, they just
say South Park, yeah.
It's it's the live action kind of equivalent, but yeah, I don't know, man. Last couple seasons, who knows where they're going? But
I'm surprised.
I like the episode where Charlie finds his grandfather's Nazi uniform.
Oh man! Oh my gosh, dude, that episode. I'm gonna start watching that again. That show is so funny. Oh,
or Charlie, King of the Rats.
Oh yeah, the Flowers for Charlie, where he does it's the Flowers for Algernon thing, where he thinks that he's brilliant, and it turns out he's just they were just using him to see if they could make somebody think that they're brilliant, even though they're stupid.
Yeah,
and he thinks he's speaking Mandarin at one point, and he's just la da 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 da.
Yeah. I've only seen a handful of episodes, but they're pretty good.
Dave says my grandma liked to watch 3.5 Men. Yeah, my parents watched that too, and I still don't understand. Yeah, because my parents are the people you don't want to watch anything above a PG with. Yeah, even then it's iffy. But they would watch that show too, and I don't understand.
And is that Charlie Sheen?
That's the Charlie Sheen one, yeah.
Yeah, he's like a playboy, and he just always has a different girl and stuff.
Yeah, and he writes jingles for a living. Is that,
yeah.
That's right.
Such a great career.
I'm trying to think if there's anything. I mean, are you guys watching anything now that you consider a good TV show?
Do we ever cover Mandalorian or not?
Well, I don't think we've ever covered Mandalorian.
That is season 1, but I know all the spoilers.
What the heck? So good.
I don't pay for Disney because I'm a Christian.
Wow.
But you have Netflix. Oh no, you got rid of Netflix.
I do not. That's this guy here.
No, I got rid of it. I got rid of it during the Cuties thing, and then when Cobra Kai season 3 came out, I got restuck.
You backslid.
Dude, I haven't watched Cobra Kai. Is it good?
Oh my
I haven't watched it all.
I saw the first season of that too, and I love it.
Did you like Karate Kid when you were younger?
I mean, yeah, it's fine. I wasn't it's not like a big.
It's fine.
it's not a big piece of nostalgia that I go back to.
Oh, that's right, because you were born in communist China. That's right.
There's a heavy dose of nostalgia, but here's the thing. I've been trying to get my wife and son to watch it, and both of them, like my wife's like, I didn't really like Karate Kid when I was young, and my son's like, I never watched Karate Kid because I wasn't alive. But I got them to start watching it last week or 2 weeks ago. One episode in, and they were like, okay, I'm in. This is a great show. I don't even care if I like Karate Kid.
Cobra Kai's I only saw the first season, but I was hooked.
I'll probably start it, but I was more of a blood sport guy, if I'm being honest. Okay.
Why can't we do both? But yeah.
Just so you know, it's 0% woke. There's no woke.
Okay.
It's just fun. It's
really
like
fun.
And the character arcs, like this is like from a writer's perspective, the character arcs are so good.
Yeah.
From the
I just love that they turned Daniel's son into just a complete D-bag.
Yeah.
Like he's a dirty car salesman. Like he's just.
Oh, really? Is he in the show? I didn't know he was in the show. I thought it was just.
They flipped it so that Johnny Lawrence is kind of like he's like the Mel Gibson in Payback type protagonist. You know,
anti-hero, right?
Anti-hero type guy. And then Daniel LaRusso, he's kind of like the cheesy version of like it's Superman. Like he's a moral person, but he's like he's wealthy and like
he's a total douchebag on that show.
But the thing is, from season to season, like from the beginning of one season to the end, and then again and again, the character arcs just are all over the place in a great way.
Okay.
So
great way.
that's my shining endorsement. Definitely check out Cobra Kai.
All right, I have to check it out.
It's on Netflix, so you have to.
I just love how this whole show just revolves around these people still like pining over their little karate tournaments when they were in like high school.
That made it work.
Do they talk about how Daniel beat him?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Major point of pain for Johnny. Like he just there's this awesome montage scene in episode 1, I think. He's just driving at night in his old beat up car or whatever. Just drive or no, he's like an old muscle car or something.
Yeah, it's cool.
He's driving and he's drinking while he's driving, and he's like, and it keeps flashing back to these clips from Karate Kid from the end of the first movie of him getting beat and of John Kreese like breaking his trophy and grabbing him by the throat and like like see the pain of Bill Zabka, the guy who plays Johnny Lawrence. He's doing such a good job. I'm gonna stop talking about.
I want someone to make a show like that's the same thing, but like somebody really upset they lost like the Pinewood Derby in like grade school.
That could be in the tradition of like Waiting for Guffman and what were their movies? You guys know what I'm talking about? Was Waiting for Guffman? There's like the dog show movie. The one with the band, the rock band. My gosh, why can't I? Final Tap. Yeah.
Those
okay, gotcha.
Those comedy mockumentary type movies. They all have Parker Posey's in like all of them.
Yeah, they need to do like an Old Yeller one where he's still like upset that his dad made him shoot his dog or something. And
did they? Oh, I didn't see that.
Never saw Old Yeller.
Oh no! I thought you said they did one that was like Old Yeller.
No, I said they should do one where this 80-year-old man is like really disgruntled. He had to shoot his dog when he was little.
They could go back if it's. I mean, because this is obviously very successful. This Cobra Kai. They could go back and do it with lots of those 80 movies that had the typical, villain who was the wealthy white kid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They had those guys. I mean, that Johnny Lawrence was he was a type.
Yeah.
And it got repeated through probably 50 or 60 of those 80s movies for teens.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I went back and looked at his IMDb because I'm with you, Callie. The guy is killing it. And you kind of wonder like, well, why has this guy, I think he got typecast from that movie and never recovered from it because he's obviously a good performer. He's a way better actor than about 75% of the guys on that show.
Yeah. Oh, he's good.
Especially the kids. Sometimes they're hard to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of those kids are pretty bad.
Yeah. There is the biggest scene in the end of the first season. They're having a brawl in the high school. Is it the first season or the second?
Don't ruin it.
That's in the second season.
Second season, sorry, but there's this humongous like brawl, and it goes on for like a full episode of nothing but like these high school kids kicking each other's butts.
Yeah.
You're like, forget Daredevil, man. This is the best fight scene I've seen in a long time.
Oh man, no hallways.
They have a better hallway sequence.
Yeah.
There's hallway sequences.
That Daredevil hallway sequence was
but
pretty
nothing
good.
like that. That Daredevil hallway sequence was that set a bar that I don't think
it did for real. Yeah, absolutely.
It sure did. That first season of Daredevil was the best comic book movie ever.
Yeah.
Did you see the third season? Because I thought the third season did not get enough credit because I love that third season.
I liked all of them.
What's in the third season? I don't even remember. Oh, was it the Punisher? No.
Punisher.
No. Second one was the Punisher. Third one was they have like an imposter Daredevil running around.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that season was really good.
Yeah.
Bullseye. And the guy that played Bullseye was really good.
Yeah.
The second season's one I'm thinking of is terrible.
It's awful.
Second season.
I didn't mind the second one.
I liked how they played up the Punisher all season, and then he was in it for like about 30 seconds or something, and you were just like, oh my god.
And he's standing at the top of an adjacent building.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen it? Can I spoil it?
Oh, I've seen it.
It's safe to spoil it 20 years later.
It's Punisher. Right? He finally comes out. He's the Punisher. It's all you want to see through the whole season, and it's all the whole second season is just this.
It's all the Elektra stuff.
Yeah.
What's his girlfriend's name in the
Elektra?
Elektra?
No, the other girl.
Oh, the one.
Karen.
Her pining and crying, right? That's like 3/4 of the entire season. And then the parts where it's the Punisher, like becoming the Punisher, that's what you really care about. You get to the end of the season, and it's like he's on some adjacent building, and he just mows a bunch of ninjas down.
That's how I felt about Rambo 4. Like you're waiting for like the Rambo stuff, and the big finale. It's like all these little kids, or not little kids, all the younger guys doing all the action, and Rambo's just back there with a machine gun, just doing this for.
I like the last Rambo.
The last one was great. Yeah.
What happened? What was 4? I can't remember 4.
4 was he goes to like Thailand or somewhere.
He's helping the missionaries escape, right?
Like Cambodia. So, yeah, he's helping the missionaries like out of Cambodia or somewhere. That's the one when he rips that guy's jugular out.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, and there's some good grenade sequences in there where people are getting like limbs blown off and stuff.
Yeah, but it wasn't Rambo blowing off their limbs. It was like his young team of mercenaries or whatever. His big finale was he was just on a boat going, and at one point he like got shot and went, ah.
Yeah.
And then
I love the last. Did you see the last Rambo?
Mm-hmm.
Last.
Oh yeah, that was depressing.
Man,
that went in directions I didn't think it was going to go in.
It did, and it was guttural. I mean, I felt like it was in my guts when I was watching that movie. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of if there's any other shows that I've been like into, but I don't think there's
nothing else out there.
The biggest win of 2020 and early 2021 is definitely The Mandalorian. It's the win. I mean, like I think you tweeted it out like. Jon Favreau just saved Star Wars.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
I really think that wasn't an over-exaggeration or reach. That was true. Like
he needs to be the Feige of the Star Wars universe. They need to kick out Kathleen Kennedy, and he needs to take control because the best part was like there was the last episode with Luke Skywalker and everything. There were like they always say like all these fans, these like old white guy fans, like they don't want to see strong women. There's freaking 4 women and 1 dude in that episode, and it was so freaking good. Like you know why it was good is because you actually took characters and you developed them the right way, and you put them in the movie the right way or the show the right way. You didn't have to like make up all this BS or like force it on anybody, and it was so good. It was great.
I think low budgets breed good entertainment because when you get like the big budget like the movies and stuff, I think they focus so much on that, and the story comes secondary. We're like you get these low budget, like they really have to like pay attention to what they're doing, and like they can't flash it up at all. Yeah. It's going to be
they're using camera angles and lighting and stuff, and it's so interesting, and the practical creature effects were fantastic.
Oh, I love that stuff.
And it makes it feel like it's
like
the real Star Wars universe. It doesn't feel like it's like freaking Max Rebo after George Lucas got a hold of it or whatever.
I want to talk about the last scene, but I don't want to ruin it for Mark if he hadn't seen it.
I've seen it. I've seen all the spoilers. You can't. I couldn't avoid it. It was. I went on Twitter one morning. Just be like, "Oh, what's going on?" I was like, "Luke Skywalker."
Yeah, you have to because like everyone was talking about it. And I'm like, great. I had to keep it from my wife because we watch it together.
Yeah,
we're watching it. His ship shows up, and I'm just like.
Yeah.
We watched it, we both like freaked out, even though I knew it was going to happen. It was like Fight Club. Someone spoiled Fight Club for me.
Yeah.
But
man, that sucked.
Someone spoiled Sixth Sense for me. That movie was spoiled before I got to watch it. That ticked me off.
This friend was like, "Hey, I'm not spoiling anything, but the Tyler Durden and whatever, they're the same guy." I'm like, okay, I'm glad you're not spoiling anything, and then I'm watching it. You freaking piece of crap.
You guys like 7? What's in the box?
What's in the box? What's in the box? Hey, let me tell you something that's really funny, and I'll never forget this as long as I live. I was in Nashville. I think it was maybe Chattanooga, actually. I can't remember if it was Nashville or
Pardon me, boys. Is that the Chattanooga? No.
So, and I was outside. I was outside. It was at it seemed like it was a college area. There's a lot of young people. Okay, and there was a bookstore, and there were all these young people that were coming out of this bookstore, and they were very excited. And I realized what day it was because I heard some people talking about it. It was the release of the final Harry Potter book. And so there were people that were literally sitting in the grass outside the store reading the book. People are just devoutly
weeping.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 people like just sitting around on the sidewalk steps.
I hate Harry Potter.
And they're reading.
Oh man,
I hate it.
I wasn't into it. I didn't know anything about it.
That
I
is
was kind of like
stupidest crap. I
was observing it. Some guy came around the corner and saw, and he started yelling, "He dies in the end. He dies." He started yelling the spoilers for Harry Potter.
Does he actually die? I thought he lives at the end, doesn't he? Does he actually die?
I have no idea. I think he dies.
They do some kind of dumb wizard crap, and you're like, "Oh, it's really alive."
He dies.
Alivicus.
I think. I mean, all right. So I think he dies, but he basically, because he gave his life in love for some reason or something like that, he's fine.
They did the love thing.
Yeah, something like that.
Love.
Like the Fifth Element, like the worst ending to any movie. Love.
Fifth Element is a phenomenal movie, though.
It's a terrible ending, though. That is a terrible ending.
Terrible ending.
I can't remember what happens. What happens at the end of Fifth Element?
Love saved the day.
Lilu survives because of love.
Love was the fifth element, is what they
kind of like Princess Leia.
Yeah,
it's like Captain Planet. They have the one kid with the heart ring.
Kid is useless. Useless.
Heart. Did that do anything? Did that have a power to it?
I don't actually remember it doing anything.
I remember he said it, and it was always like the part where you're all excited in the song, and then he comes out like.
Have you guys seen the skit where Don Cheadle plays Captain Planet? And he's like pelvic thrusting, and he's like, "You're a tree, you're a tree, you're a tree," and people are turning into trees, and it's like this horrible nightmare scenario. You're all trees.
It's like cursing at all the kids.
Oh god. Yeah. Oh man. Look up Captain Planet. Like you're
like Funny or Die or one of those.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, I think it is. The good news is that we're all going to be living in a very clean planet very soon because we're going to get saved. It's all going to get saved.
Jesus saved, or are we talking about?
No, not Jesus saved.
Oh,
it's going to get saved by
Biden saved.
Biden.
Through the power of communism. Communism.
It's going to be great. You guys are going to love the next 4 years. I'm really happy for you. Really happy for you.
Where are you going to be?
Huh?
Where are you going to be?
I'm going to be right here.
Are you going to be? So
he's going to start some kind of suicide cult.
You were happy for us, like you weren't going to be here.
Well, I mean, no, I'll be here with you. I just know what's coming, so I'm ready for it. I don't know if you guys are ready for all of the wonderful, joyous occasions that are going to start happening really soon.
You are
put a
starting the
link
cult,
in
aren't
the
you?
chat for you, Cal. You need to watch it later.
What?
I want in, by the way.
Put a link in the private chat. I put a link to that video. You should watch it.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to have a Cal confrontation right now, but it's not working. He's not taking the bait.
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna be like this because I didn't think it was gonna happen. But I'm furious. There's multiple points every day where I'm like, they just stole it. Like right in front of our face, they just stole it. And I'm mad at Trump because like he could have done something. Like, I don't know. I feel like he could have done something.
You ever catch yourself just blurting it out like out loud too? Like, he stole it! Like
I haven't, but I feel like I probably will.
Like on a work call, I have to mute myself. Like, you stole it!
He's in the grocery store and screams it out, and they're like, "What? They stole the
put your mask on."
Mask on, guy.
We went to a restaurant the other day after church, and we walk in, and there's a slovenly fellow with a Biden-Harris mask on, and my whole family's not wearing masks. We walk right by him, and
I get mad being in Texas and I see pickup trucks with the Biden-Harris thing on it. Like, that's wrong.
Like, I just want to be like, you're so stupid. You know how stupid you are. Your brain don't work good. You're so stupid.
I'll see you in church.
I'll see you in church. Yeah, that's like I have to like really restrain myself. But I'm not in ministry right now. Presently, I'm on hiatus, so I can be
because of the election. They made you step down for a little while.
No, I stepped down because the church I was working at, the pastor invited a guy to come on our prayer meeting, Zoom meeting, and from a African American church, and he just spent an hour telling us we're all like internally racist, and I'm like. And then I found out one of the sound guys said I should eat a blank, and that I was
a communion wafer.
All kinds of yes. He was saying the worst things, and I couldn't. The pastor wouldn't let me like exercise church discipline. I just had to like look at that. I'm like,
wow,
sorry. And I go. My wife like goes and checks on their worship, and it's just awful. It's atrocious. They're like he can't find anybody to like fill in to like, And he traded up when he got me. And now he's like way down. So I don't know. I feel like he made his own bed, so I don't feel bad for him. But I feel bad for the church. Like there's a lot of good people there who they went from having like pretty decent level music to just I should drop a link, but no. the guy's heart is okay, is good, I think, who's doing the music.
Was it like racial sensitivity training?
Basically, yeah. I mean, it was like, it was that whole concept that like all white people, especially like all people, but especially white people are just racist, even if they don't know it.
Well, I mean, have you listened to yourself, Cal?
Well, I'm racist, but people. No, I'm not. But I mean, even
Matcha channel.
I know, like. If I haven't gotten struck yet, it's only a matter of time.
Seriously, I'm not racist. But even if I was, I know like no one at that church is racist. They're all so nice. It's like a multi-ethnic church. Like it's really multi-ethnic. There's like, there's people. I mean, it's only like 200 people, but there's like so many different shades of skin.
We got like Italian people. We got French people. We got British people.
People from Canada. Alaska, the Hawaiians, the white ones, we got some of them. Oh, man. My wife always talks about how her she's part Hawaiian because her grandma's Hawaiian, and she showed me a picture, and it's like her grandma's like a full-blown white lady with very tan skin because she probably went out in the sun a lot. I'm like, honey, you're 0% Hawaiian. Your grandma is a white lady. I love my wife. I'm glad she's at women's Bible study right now, or else she'd be watching and I'd be getting in trouble.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever done one of the like find out your genealogy or whatever, or see where your ancestors were from or any of that?
I mean, my last name's Marianelli. I know.
Yeah. I did one. My dad got it for us, and so like I spit in the tube and sent it off and everything. And
Gross.
I am probably the whitest guy ever. And so it was like, 25% like,
You're Saxon,
Scott, Irish, British or whatever. And then I did have like 12% Norwegian. So like got a little Viking blood. I was pretty proud of that.
Basically, like you're so white, you actually circle around to being a minority.
Yes. Well, I was like, part of me was hoping that I'd have something crazy, like, some weird little country, or like
what?
somewhere, I don't know, anywhere.
What's a weird little country?
Hold on, let me pull up the map.
Yeah, what do you think?
A weird little country. Where's Borat from?
Kazakhstan?
Kazakhstan. Yeah. What if I had a Kazakhstan?
Or Easter Island?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely weird.
I don't know what those people.
They look like those big Stonehenge.
Yeah, they just look like the.
I just want to make it clear on the record here that I'm not racist in any way, shape, or form.
Oh,
that's what every racist does.
That's the first. Wow.
Spoken like a true racist.
I love all people of all nations, and I don't think there's any big or small nations.
Tell us about all the non-white friends you have.
Oh man, I'm loaded. I am loaded, buddy.
There's there's Latiqua.
I got lots of really good non-whiters. I'm the whitest. I'm the whitest person.
They love when you call them that too. There's my non-whiter.
Wow.
I'm always the whitest, the lightest person in all of my groups.
Did you say the lightest person in all your groups?
I'm white and light. Yeah, I'm a light white.
Guys.
At least I'm the lightest person.
Well, we lost one more viewer, so we're down to one.
I'm the whitest, the lightest, and the brightest.
These are our diehard fans that are dropping off here.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never seen Dan sweat before. This is.
I'm like, I might have to strike this one myself. It'll be like this guy, Matcha Dan, put in a request for us to take down his own video.
Typical white apologist.
Yeah, right.
Well, the reason it's funny is because it's actually funny. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? That's why it's funny, because it's stupid. It's just stupid. And anybody who thinks it's a real science or a real, something to study, they're people who have ulterior motives that are not about bringing peace and harmony.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
it's soapbox.
Give me a soapbox, man.
Hold on. My bad.
Are you
He's gonna forget what he's saying now. He's already losing the emotion.
It's.
Oh wait, that's not the one I want. Hold on. There we go.
So kids, let me just tell you something. If you want to be cool, then be friends with whoever you want to be. You don't have to pick your friends based on what color they are. You pick your friends based on who you like. Look at these knuckleheads I'm hanging out with. You think anybody else likes them? I like them. I don't care who knows it. I'm hanging out with these guys.
Poor Kino Subway just joined.
I know.
Like, what the heck is going on here?
Kino, thanks for being here.
They went woke.
No, it's just
woke up. We finally woke in 2021. We finally woke up.
You'd say it's been an enlightening year.
Cal, I don't want to get you going. Actually, I do want to get you going again.
I love when Cal gets going.
Look, this is Mutt's favorite pastime. Is just making people getting them going. The reason I know this is because anytime my wife is around him, his only goal in life is to get her fired up. And sometimes I will drive home and she'll still be talking about something.
She gets so worked up, man. No, she likes to debate. That girl will debate.
Oh, are you do the devil's advocate stuff? Is that you?
Well, that's basically the whole game. Is that I just basically say whatever she's on her soapbox about, I'll take the opposing opinion and battle it out, and it just
we could be having a perfectly good nerdy conversation, and then he'll just some blood in the water, and then here she comes, and she's ready to fight.
She loves it. She loves it. She loves arguing.
She
She's
loves
good at
it.
it.
She loves
She can usually out argue me, so I don't really stand a chance. But Cal, I think
does not stand a chance. Is that
no? I'm getting back to my point. I was going to say that I really think and this is my true opinion. I'm not just trying to start it up. I really think that there would have been a lot more headway and a lot more things done in the way of making sure that our next election was legal and that the votes counted. Even if we didn't go back and fix all the problems from this past one, we were on a good trajectory to have some real solid changes happen in regard to voting. But then all those knuckleheads went into the Capitol building and messed it up.
Well, that was. Are we going to get the little disclaimer now? That was Antifa, but
yeah.
The
thing is, I've seen the videos of Antifa leaders saying, "We're going to dress like MAGA. We're going to MAGA hats." Somebody on YouTube was talking about how they have fresh MAGA hats on, like brand new. I'm not saying none of the no Trump supporters.
Oh no, they riled them up and got them in there, but that was started by.
The thing is, though, honestly, we're looking at the takeover of our country. So I wish that I was like Rambo or something. I wish I had, or like Liam Neeson in the Taken movies. Like, I wish I had the ability to do something other than sit here and type on Twitter because
something murdery.
No. Like, I'm talking more about their connections and their their skill sets and things. This sounds really bad. I don't mean that. I mean,
look, I wish I was like that guy that shoots all the people. What's his name? Rambo.
Like Han Solo. I wish I was more like Han Solo. Like, I don't know. I don't know the right literary character to equate myself with, but I wish that I could rally, get people thinking about get people critically thinking about the election. There we go. I'm gonna backpedal. But no, I mean, seriously,
who's the right person that should be like?
This is stealing the election is insurrection. That's a very bad thing,
Dan's watching that live with a hawk right now.
What?
You're watching that little live icon up there like a hawk right now.
Seriously, no.
It won't tell you. It won't tell you. Anyway,
the important thing is I don't have any of those skills, and I would never organize anything. But what I'm saying is I understand there's people who they're looking at losing freedoms and going, okay, what do we do? What do we do? I'm not saying assassinate anybody or anything like that. I'm saying going to the Capitol and being like, hey.
So do you think that the people that went into the Capitol did a good thing?
It depends on how you define good, I guess.
No,
a thing that was positive for the conservative movement.
No,
they did a very bad thing.
Absolutely not. No. Here's the thing. If the election could have been prevented from being stolen that way, then it would have been good. But it was just damaging. But like Mark pointed out, I think that a lot of it was Antifa. There's actual BLM people who were there. There's a guy that was arrested or something.
They've arrested a few from it. Yeah, they riled up. They riled up Trump supporters and got them all.
Yeah,
I heard somebody say this though.
That doesn't speak well of Trump supporters either.
Right. If you're a person that's principles are so loose that somebody starts doing the thing that you've been saying is wrong, and they start breaking things and setting fire to things or whatever, and you start following them, then that shows how you're not there for morals, you're there for a mob.
Right.
So I don't feel sorry if anybody got tricked by that. I think that just shows their loose morality, and they shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's no riling me up about that. I think that there was a lot of foolish Trump supporters who took part in that.
Yeah.
I think that
Luckily, Mutt got out in time before they started raiding the place.
I think it got to a point where people were.
He's got that podium in the back of his, his room there.
I think it got to a point where people were like, "Crap! This is like days away. They're gonna steal the election. They're going to steal they're going to remove our freedoms pretty soon. It's First Amendment, Second Amendment. Yeah. These people are looking at that, going, "What do I do? What do I do?" And they pick the thing that they.
That's the problem. You can't trust your own government to do the right thing, and I think that got into people's heads. And
I think
even though it was a dumb idea to think that would fix anything doing that, but
yeah, it shows that we're not in control. We the people are not in control. Right? No, we are under control.
Right.
That's what the whole thing showed me, and that's the scariest part of it all, is that we're living under a false pretense that we have some kind of power, when the reality is that can be shifted. However, the superiors feel like it ought to be shifted. So
right.
That's so for me, like the biggest thing that came out of that election is I just want for somebody to show me that my vote is going to count one time, a legal vote.
Right.
And that everybody's vote counts the same, and that illegal votes don't count. If you can show me that, then we can go back to having a free and fair election. But if you can't show us that, then we got problems.
Did you guys see Doug TenNaples' video? Do you guys watch his stuff at all?
I haven't watched him in a long time, but
he's just been doing political commentary lately, like 3-4 minute videos.
Mark's his biggest fan.
But anyway,
I do own every single book that he has.
He just did a video about Maricopa County actually finally is getting an audit of the election here. And that's the thing. They denied it, and then Biden was inaugurated, and they're like, "Okay, fine, we'll do the thing."
Yeah.
And but whatever, I mean, whether it can change anything or not, which I doubt it can, the Maricopa County will be a major indicator of what went on across the nation, because this is a majority red county, and it was so razor thin. Like the night of the election, it was overwhelmingly Trump, and then the next day it was razor thin, and then it was Biden by a small margin, and then I don't even know where it ended. But they subpoenaed like the machines and everything a long time ago, and they denied it. Like they were breaking the law, denying the investigation. So anyway, within, I don't know what the time frame is, but they'll be doing an audit of the vote here, and I'm really curious to see what they come up with. Even if they scrubbed it, I guess there's ways to figure out what happened. But I don't know. I think that we need. I mean, I don't know at this point. Will we ever have a fair election again? And I don't know. What I think the answer is probably no. But
well, the two biggest pieces of evidence for me about the fact that it wasn't a fair election were 2 points. One, that Biden got more votes than anyone ever in history.
Right.
That's number one. And, I don't know if you watched any yesterday of him walking around and being like Mr. Popularity, but he's got the personality of a
come on, man,
fruit fly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and the other thing is that there's apparently there's 19 counties across the nation, and these 19 counties are all solid indicators of how an election's going to go. And usually whoever wins the majority of those counties, right?
Right.
And Trump won like 18 out of 19 of those counties. And so somehow or another, there was this huge influx number of votes. And I've really gone to the other side of the information and tried to figure this out, because the way it's explained to me is, well, all of the mail-in votes came in at one time, and that's why there was a big dump. And I say, okay, I understand that, but why did we have to stop all counting and close everything down for half a day to a full day to multiple days, right? Like if it all comes in and that's where the numbers spike, then why do we have to shut everything down and not let any adjudicators come in and watch,
Right.
There's just no way the truth is that if you're a person who's insightful at all about politics, and you're a conservative, you do not believe the results.
Right.
And they're going to have to deal with that for decades to come.
Yeah.
They lost the confidence of the people. And so
the question is it even going to matter in 4 years? I don't want to be a pessimist here, but I feel like they don't go through that much trouble to steal an election just so one guy can enrich himself and his family more.
Right.
Like the lengths that they went to, not just this election, but from the time that Trump started running, when he started gaining popularity, and you go back and you look at the Russian collusion thing, how it was orchestrated, like it was their plan B if Trump won.
Yeah.
Like that's all proven now. Like we have the documentation of that. Goes back 4 years. And it was Russia. It was Stormy Daniels. It was, Ukraine, even though Biden's on video admitting to the thing that Trump was impeached for with Ukraine. And Trump is on a phone call saying no quid pro quo, just tell them to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Like it flip-flopped. Like Trump was impeached for what Biden admitted to doing. But anyway, that whole 4 years and then this election, like that much effort and that much vitriol against Trump and against the right, that it isn't just to retain, the presidency for 4 more years just to keep being mediocre. Another 4 years of Obama. Like Obama was bad, but he wasn't like make the country socialist bad. He was like
I used to not care about elections until this one. Usually didn't matter. Like there were some things that were annoying. Like, this sucks. Oh, that's okay. This, whatever. Taxes went up, taxes went down. But this is the first one where it actually feels like, oh crap.
Yeah.
It's gonna be bad.
Yeah. Even my son, who was like this whole time, he's been like, Dad, it's gonna be okay. Yeah, ever since.
Just hard at him.
No, I mean like the last week or so, he's been pretty down. Like he's been like his anxiety's been raising, and he admitted today, he's like, yeah, I've been really anxious about this, and I'm really trying to calm down about it, but it's
the father in us that gets anxious because you gotta take care of your family.
Yeah. And I was telling my wife, she's like, honey, you gotta chill out about it. I'm like, honey, it's not me. Like if it was just me, I'd like figure out how to be a guy, a wilderness guy or something. But I gotta take care of my family, Like I go Rambo, I go live in the forest and
there's that Rambo again.
with the deer and the antelope.
Oh, we're talking Rambo 1. Okay.
Rabbits. Yes. I'm really
kill Rambo.
I'm saying all the right things tonight, but no, I would really just shun society. Like have you guys seen these guys who build like log cabins in the wilderness? Like on YouTube? Man, I watched one guy. I watched like for months. I just kept watching his videos just to chill out. They're so calming. I'm like, man, I'd love to just build a cabin in the wilderness and just be like, F you society, bye. Because that was like
if I knew how to survive, I would do that. But it goes out with like a plastic bag with like peanut butter and jelly in it. It's like, I'm going to live in the woods.
The first area I picked, I
bring all this canned food, but I forget a can opener.
You're banging it on a rock.
Oh yeah. I'm literally just in the backyard freaking out.
I'd be like Michael Scott, like when that time Michael Scott went out.
Oh yeah. You cut your legs off of your pants.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was brilliant.
And then there's me, and I literally worked at a place where I had to live outside for weeks at a time.
Wow.
For real, Macho that's why I call him Macho, because he's the man. If you need somebody to help you survive, that's the guy. We just have to figure out where he's at in the country and go find him.
We got to move over by Macho.
Crazy naked guy riding his bike in the wilderness.
That's me.
Why are you naked? You can bring clothes. No, the government made the clothes.
There's bugs in them.
China bugs in the clothes.
China bugs.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, no, it's something to definitely understand. It's time to understand our situation we're in, isn't it? Because I'm Generation X, so I was definitely in that generation of like, who cares, whatever. Everything was sarcasm and everything was, stupid fart jokes against authority figures. But
yeah,
can't do that anymore, man. I'm at the age where I got to know what's going on, and I gotta
I'm a millennial. I just call my dad.
Yeah, right.
Daddy,
please do.
I don't think jump on.
Yeah.
I'd like to clarify. I'd like the cutoff for millennials. It's like
No,
the last.
It's obvious. It's okay. We all knew that before.
I was like the first millennial.
No.
The original.
Yeah, I know. I'm definitely. I like to still think that I'm
millennial prime.
Millennial prime.
I think millennials have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I think that's the. No, you don't even have that, do you? Because the comics came out in the 80s.
I was born in the 80s.
Yeah, but you're born what, later 80s?
Early 83.
83. Oh,
83. It's like millennial prime.
Yeah.
I think you're like 2 years in. Like you're
actually, my Ninja Turtle figures were taken away from me because I was really into them, and then our crazy youth pastor made some weird speech to all the parents about how the Ninja Turtles drink beer, do drugs, and encourage kids to disobey their parents. And I came home from that. Well, this is what he told them, and they encouraged disobeying your parents. And I came home one day, all my Ninja Turtle toys were gone. I had a stuffed animal Ninja Turtle, and the mask was ripped off of it. I was like, what?
Yeah, for me it was the backwards backmasking music craze, right? Everything was backmasked, and then it was He-Man, the Masters of the Universe, and the Smurfs.
Yeah,
right? All of that was devilish stuff.
Yeah,
my grandmother went to some kind of a church thing and came back and told my parents that all those He-Man dolls that I was playing with were of the devil. And they got they made me sell them. They made me sell them.
Oh my gosh. They made you sell them?
Yeah. I sold them in yards.
That's you know what? That's not okay. I mean, you're giving those satanic dolls to some other person. And
yeah, right.
When I became a Christian, my next door neighbor told me that D&D was satanic, and so I destroyed all my D&D books.
I have a book from when I was little about the evils of D&D.
Yeah. The book might be worth some money.
Probably.
Yeah, right.
D&D books would have been, but man.
We had to watch the Hell's Bells documentary.
Dude, I know
about how the evils of you know that one?
That one.
Yeah.
It's scary. It's really scary.
Grew up watching the Mark of the Beast movies.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're way in there. You're way in there, dude.
Oh yeah, I saw some crazy stuff. Those movies terrified me.
Keno Subway says I was born in '88, so I guess I'm a millennial. You're in with us, Keno.
You're way in. Not with me. Me and Cal are Xers, and these other two jokers are millennials.
Shut up, old man.
Yeah, boomer. It does say that the millennial generation Y, is 81 to 96.
81.
I have seen it other places that it's after 83, which I like to agree with.
We'll go with after, yeah.
Yeah, after 83, yeah.
So we're Gen Y then? We're going to go with that?
Yeah, we'll say Gen Y, sure.
All right, yeah.
And then there's
Gen Y was
Generation.
never a thing. Gen Y got changed to millennials. That's what happened.
and then there's Zoomers. Zoomers is 97 to 2012, and then it says early 2010s to mid 2020s is Generation Alpha.
I'm offended that there's 2010 a generation of 2010s. They know nothing.
That's cool though. What a cool name, Generation Alpha.
Yeah, except like
we see Generation Omega.
Kino says my grandma is very upset that my parents let me read Harry Potter.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
it's because Harry Potter's stupid, not because it's
God, Mark. Why does Mark hate Harry Potter so much?
Have you ever sat through those movies? I tried watching the first three, and
I did. I read the books, and I enjoyed them.
I will say this:
my daughter's reading them now.
Slightly better than the Goonies.
Yeah, that's right. You get the Goonies. That's right.
At least they're not screaming. At least the Harry Potter kids aren't screaming at each other for 2 hours straight in each movie, telling bad stories. Archie.
They're not screaming at you. You have to listen to the dialogue. It's the way kids
wasn't even that amusing. Like his belly didn't even move. He just did this. I thought it was going to be like a little more involved than what I got.
If you were like 8 years old when that movie came out, that was the funniest thing that you'd ever seen in your entire life.
Ernest Goes to Camp was the funniest thing I'd ever seen in my entire life.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
That's a good movie.
That's
erroneous.
That's still a funny movie.
Yeah, it is.
That's a great movie.
It's way funnier than Ernest Scared Stupid.
Oh, I was going to say, followed up by the most terrifying movie I've ever seen in my life.
Horrifying.
God, it's awful.
Yeah.
We discussed that one.
We did. We talked about
classic Breaking Bad right there. Look at that.
Yeah, that movie still makes me so sick. I hate that movie so much. Classic. Well, I'm gonna have to jump out of here because my wife is gonna come down here to do some work.
The host has to leave.
What's that?
The host has to leave.
The host has to leave.
You remind me of one of my.
Oh, sure, just in time for the wet dad bod contest.
Oh well, I mean, if you have to go,
that's fine. We've got to cut it off. I'm sorry.
Yeah, literally.
Sorry, Kino Subway. I know you're looking forward to the the wet dad bod contest.
He came to see Mutt in his wet dad. Hey, let's real quick though, before I leave. What do you think Cal had for dinner, Mutt? You get it's like 20 questions you get to ask him.
Well, I have not noticed him licking on his beard or mustache. So I'm thinking it wasn't something that was particularly juicy.
Saucy.
And he's looking pretty. He's looking kind of clean too. So I'm going to say he had pizza.
Let me interrupt. He has been smelling his beard a lot tonight, though.
Yeah,
he's been lifting it up and sniffing it.
Oh, I'm not sniffing it. I'm just like pulling it out.
He's playful.
I've seen you literally lift it up to your nose and go like.
What? You guys should start doing that. You smell like baby. Smell like anything.
Oh man. So what do you? So you think he had pizza?
Pizza. That's my guess.
You'd be wrong. You'd be wrong about that.
Do you know?
Yeah, I know.
How do you know?
Because we're friends. We're best friends. That's why. He told me.
Are you not in the best friend club? Is that
Mark? You don't know.
No, let me be clear. I forgot, but he did tell me.
Would a best friend do that? That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, look, I remember the important stuff.
All right. Well, what was it? Since everybody but me knows what he had for dinner, what was it?
It was a carne asada burrito.
Man, I'm just gonna guess Mexican every single time now because that's all you
usually. It's either Mexican or Whataburger. It's like the two things.
Yeah.
I ordered California burrito, and the guy with the window was like, "So Arizona burrito." I'm like, "Is that what you call them? California burritos in Arizona?" Okay, fine. But yeah, it had carne asada, it had potatoes, cheese, rice.
What is he saying? What are you saying?
Are you speaking English?
It had Mexican steak.
It's all worship leaders. They have to show off their ability to sing in Spanish.
Worship leaders are like they're like news anchors where they say words in the dialect of the native tongue.
He's like the guy that like reads the hymnal words like all weird the way they have them written, like split up into like 3 different.
Yeah, you're a worship nerd, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there it is, Tony Asada burrito. Very
Well,
good.
that's good. I'll definitely always guess some kind of Mexican dish every time.
Really, what I'm taking away from this is that Mutt is upset that he didn't choose correctly, and he doesn't know Cal as good as the rest of us.
He's not.
No. I know Cal where it counts. And I think that's been established.
I think we all know that knowing Cal where it counts is what he's going to eat, because he's always eating whenever he's.
What is that? The way to a man's heart?
Yeah, exactly.
Cal, you and your wife watched the Cal's Best Friend episode, right?
Yeah. That was a while ago, but we watched.
Have we established who your best friend is after me? Who was second best?
Who'd she say? Who'd you guys pick?
Sure, she picked herself.
Well, yeah, I know that, but
That's a cop out. That's a cop out.
a cop out. Well, like, who did you pick?
And why was it me?
It's actually pretty evenly distributed between the three of you, because there's things about each of you that I just adore.
Adore, yeah, I know. I was going to say that. Like we like finish each other's sentences. It's like
No, what you said was his favorite animal was a gay lion. That's what you said.
Well, let me clarify. Dan inserted the gay into the lion. And you guys wouldn't let me change the answer after that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I was like a lion, and Dan's like a gay lion. And you were like, yeah, we're going to put that down for Mark.
Yeah.
So Mutt and Macho, they both tried to like genuinely like say what they thought.
Yeah.
And so I said what I feel.
That appealed to me. But your like sense of flippantness about the whole thing also appealed to me, because I'm very flippant and I'm very like not.
I was from the heart.
I don't care about stuff, and so that spoke to me, man.
It's like I know we were like connected in the mind. They were trying to be all scientific about it, and I'm like, this is what I feel.
A gay lion. Yeah.
A gay lion.
Yeah.
I did not say gay. I said lion.
If you if you want a very flippant friend who treats you like a joke every chance they get, and your favorite thing says something that they don't really need to think about or care about.
I keep it in. No, you want to have boring political conversations for the rest of your life, then by all means.
Hey,
talk to Mr. Confrontation.
You guys
really? Because I think the Trump supporters started the riots in the Capitol.
Oh man!
I think Biden's a great pick. Actually, I think he's got part of the I feel cheating sometimes is necessary to save the nation from a bad orange man.
That's right. That's right.
Thus saith Mutt.
He has a brain that works, so I know he wouldn't say that.
That's right. Cal and me understand. See, we're older than you two guys. Which is another reason.
I know. Is he old and boring? He needs something young. He needs young meat in his life.
Oh man, this is
fresh.
Are you the gay
lion? Perhaps
Are you the gay lion?
All right, and on that note, I have
Cal and Pride Rock holding up Simba Mark,
holding up Simba Cal,
showing me to a bunch of old elks down in the valley who we're going to eat later.
That's right.
Hey, for the two people watching, Kino and whoever, if it's Dave or Mighty Geek or whoever's out there, hey, we appreciate you guys. I can't believe you stuck with us the whole way. Through the politics and the gay lion jokes and all of it.
That's great.
But before we go, the last thing I want to say is thanks for awarding me Cal's best friend, and you guys.
Nod. What are you nodding for?
He's nodding. Yeah, exactly.
Mutt, he nodded. We've been the enemy of my enemy.
Oh,
yeah, right. And but we're gonna finish up. So I'll give you guys a chance to sign off, and then we're gonna get out of here. Go ahead. Whoever wants to go. I'm
going to start. Buy Starfetched, Apple Arcade. Make me some money because we're going to be in a communist nation. I need that money to feed my children. But thank you for this is the highlight of my week because it has been a rough week. So we get to talk to you guys, and the one person in the chat has certainly cheered things up.
Always.
That's all.
All right, Mutt.
Starfetched.
Let's hear it, Mutt. Buy Starfetched. Hashtag buy
Starfetched. Hashtag buy Starfetched. And I also want to say that I really appreciate all the support for my candidacy to be Cal's best friend. It's been a long road. Your votes did count. They did count toward me winning, which it could have been predetermined. I don't know, but
tremendous.
Yeah, the Dominion Mutt. Dominion Mutt.
Dominion Mutt. Thank you for pulling the lever for me to be Cal's best friend, and Cal, I'll be getting the T-shirt made. And if you can give me your shirt size, I'll get yours.
Oh, you don't know his shirt size, best friend?
Well,
XL.
Well, the reason I don't is because he's been losing weight. So
that's why I didn't go double XL. I went XL because I noticed that too. He's
not XL. He's large.
Fit as all get out. What he is.
Fit man. He's very good looking.
What is this not? You can't change my thing. You change my thing.
That is the power.
How do I change the thing back?
Too much power.
See, this is what a Biden administration looks like.
Oh man,
that's it.
This is a clip for the next 4 years. Absolutely.
Yeah. Biden and Kamala.
Come on, Mutt.
No.
Kalmala? We're going Kalmala.
Kalmala.
And Kalmala.
Oh man, that would actually be pretty good Twitter fuel right there.
Donald J. Mutt. And Mark Pence. We gotta go here.
We got it. It's done.
All right, Cal, you got anything to say before we sign off?
Buy my game that I haven't made yet.
Yes.
How's it going with the game?
It looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on like multiple different. Like I keep jumping from thing to thing, so I don't
like the bloody bunny rabbit.
Actually, yeah,
and the scarecrow guy.
He's all like humble too. He's like, I've never really done any art before, and he busts out this pixel art that rivals
other
pixel artists.
Yeah,
I noticed that too.
That's my best friend. He just does stuff like that all the time.
Shut your mouth. Shut your filthy mouth.
The funny thing is like surprisingly, the thing that people have clicking like the most on. I literally like the other night I was just like, I haven't posted any pixel art in a couple of days because I'm working on some stuff that take like run cycles that take a really long time, and so I really quickly made that little bunny thing with him like doing the dance, and like tons of people like that. I was funny. Okay. So I'm working on. I created a background for I'm working on parallax, where the background moves at different speeds, and so I created a level based on that little bunny thing, like a bigger kind of version. And then I've been doing I did a run cycle for the bunny today, and I did idle animation and I'm working on the crouch animation right now. That little bunny is so freaking cool looking.
Dan, idle is when they're not moving. It's a gamer thing. You wouldn't. So,
I just assume everyone knows. But it's.
I knew what that meant.
Shut up. Dan's never idle. He's always on the move.
Always.
All
right.
Anyway, that's
we're gonna talk for a second, but I'm killing this. Thank you, everybody, for watching. The two people that are there, we love you. Thank you for sticking with us the whole time.
Please identify yourself. If you actually watch this whole thing, I want you to identify yourself because we owe you something.
Yeah, please put it in the chat.
Something cheap. Let's clarify.
Something.
Mark will send you something of his in the mail.
Yeah, that's it. Mark will send you something. All right, you guys have a great night.
Bye.